This is for any of my overseas viewers that are up right now. And this is for anybody that's from the US that's up in the middle of the night. And anybody else that wants to watch it in the morning. Gonna start just randomly popping on and saying what's up. Got some buffaloes here. See if we can catch a few people on in the middle of the night. I go live more often. More people should pop in randomly. I'm gonna go live in the middle of the night tonight, and we're gonna go live tomorrow about noon to 2. And we're gonna see how many people we can catch on. It'll really benefit my channel greatly. The rewatches, they benefit my channel greatly. And yeah, pretty much every bit of a stream benefits the channel, but I really just want to get more consistent with it. So right here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I believe that I got another tube of about 10 as well. So I think I got 20 ounces of these buffaloes. Now 10 times about the price, and this is about $250 worth of silver. That's the thing people don't realize, is that silver is one of those metals that you can have a bunch of and kind of forget that it is essentially something, each one of these is worth $25. You basically just start handling it. And the next thing you know, you keep buying it. And the next thing you know, you're at a pretty reputable stack. And it just happens just like that, 1 minute you're buying, and the next minute you're collecting. 1 minute you're an amateur silver buyer, and the next minute you're somewhat knowledgeable on the topic. I think it's fascinating. I think it's fascinating. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are definitely very much beginners. And, they're just finding channels online that basically talk about silver all the time. A lot of people are fear mongering with their content, I would say. Every time there's like an economic disaster, I see a lot of people posting, go buy silver now, or, we're running out of silver and all this stuff. I was wondering if Retro was up. Should be the time where Retro, he is now seeing daylight where he lives, so he should be up right now. I know he's going through some stuff, so if he pops in, if he sees that I'm online, he'll definitely pop in. But yeah, silver, I mean, I really don't think there's that much in this world either. It's a byproduct of searching for gold. So this is essentially not what they were looking for at first. And I mean, maybe now it is, but back then it was a byproduct of gold. And they just took it with the lead, had to separate the lead, and then you get silver. It's kind of a beautiful process, honestly. I really want to get into pouring my own. I want to make my own rounds one day. So I'm going to get something off of Amazon eventually to heat it up. We're going to get that to heat it up. And we are going to make surf and silver rounds one day. I'm very excited for that. Very excited for surf and silver rounds one day. I'll probably be at like 1,000 or more by then. We'll maybe have some people that will buy my personal silver rounds that I make one day. I think that'd be pretty cool. Having people actually, buy a round from me. This is the most classic. This is the most classic round of silver ever produced, I think. The Buffalo round. It is considered to be the most generic round ever produced and the most well known. It's extremely liquid, and if you have a Buffalo, you can definitely sell it for spot price pretty much anywhere. Sometimes $1 or $2 over if you get lucky. I wish they would put dates on these though. That's one thing I do wish. I wish there was a date, like when this was made. Say it was made in 2007. I wish I knew that. That would be very cool. That would honestly be very cool. In the previous streams, I was going through change. Yo, what's up, yo? We got somebody in here in the middle of the night. What's up, family? We're sitting here looking at Buffalo rounds. I'm going to probably slowly go and grab a couple rolls of quarters, and I really want to search for some uncirculated things, some uncirculated quarters and nickels and such. I always love doing that. We got Craig. What's up, bro? Yeah, man, middle of the night, dude. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm talking about. We're here in the middle of the night. What time is it? 2 o'clock in the morning. I can't sleep. I figured, hey, I'm popping up. I'm just gonna start talking to the camera and see who's on, see who's awake. Me too. They are absolutely classic. I was just mentioning how they were pretty much the most generic and most recognizable and most liquid round out there. You know? Man, I really love that slowly I am gathering, people that I'm truly enjoying the talk to. I'm so enjoying every time you pop into the chat. It really keeps me going conversation wise. People don't realize that. I streamed last night and there was like two people watching me and they weren't chatting with me. So they basically had me continuing the conversation the entire time and I'm like, "Man, that's just it's rough. It's hard." But I still went for like 40 minutes still talking pretty much to myself, but then I realized that I was running out of topics and my best stream was when you were in the stream talking with me. That was really one of the greatest streams that I've had so far. And it'll truly benefit my channel greatly. Like even just doing a few streams a month and actually having a few people show up and just say what's up, I mean, it would benefit my channel so greatly just to do some live entertaining. The stream last night, what I was doing was I was looking for double dies on my silver quarters. Got a lot of beautiful silver coinage. Still haven't even put them away. Here, we'll get the flash on. Turn the flash on. Oh yeah, there we go. And we'll see if anybody else pops up. We'll see if anybody else is awake. There should be some people. I know I have at least a few percent of people that are in different countries that watch me. And Retro Lodge is one of them. He's this kid from, I'm trying to think of exactly where he is from. Czech, I believe. Czech, maybe. Or if not that, one of the Europe countries. But yeah, he's pretty much the opposite time zone. And he usually pops up in the streams and just says what's up. It blows my mind how beautiful, absolutely beautiful the 64s are. Like, how many 1964 quarters are out there and how great a shape they are. Surprisingly, YouTube is having problems with posting live streamers because some of... Yeah, I know they do. I know they do. And you know what? Most of the people that subscribe to me aren't like hopping in the live stream, even whenever they see it, most likely. And there's only a few, I would say maybe 5 to 6 people that will pop in at most right now. We're trying to get those numbers up. I'm just going to start randomly streaming. I'm going to make a trip to the LCS and we're going to pick up a lot. I'm going to pick up a lot of random stuff here very soon, I would say. And we are going to we're going to draw some people into these live streams. We're going to draw some people into these live streams with some new content, with some new coins. I've been really interested in buying the what is it? The Morgan Dollars, the Carson City Morgan Dollars. My coin shop dealer, he has a lot of Morgan dollars right now. I would say more, he probably has more graded coins right now than actual bullion. And I don't know, I catch myself wondering all the time if it's a really good idea buying graded, Morgans and stuff like that, when in reality my real goal is to just have liquid metals that I can take in and sell. You know what I mean? So I catch him basically selling me on the Morgans all the time. He wants like, oh, I got a ton of Morgans, and I love Morgans, so I go down there and I'm like, yeah. And then next thing I know, that's pretty much what I'm buying. you know? So I basically got to get it in my head, okay, I'm not going down there to buy just Morgan dollars, and I'm down there to buy silver. I really need to buy silver and gold at this point. The CCs and the O's are hard to come by. Yep. That's what I got in this that's what I got in those circulated ones that I had in like that one stream, all those Morgans that I had out. One of them was the New Orleans. Yep. I don't have any CCs yet. Not one. I think he was trying to sell me one for like, I think it was in the middle of $300 to $500. I can't remember. It was graded, and it was, yeah, I can't. It was just Carson City. Absolutely beautiful coin, and I passed on it. Lately, I've been saving up. I think it's great to have a savings that you can truly spend from and not really notice. Rather than just spend your last dollar trying to have a savings account that truly matches the way you spend. Yeah, honestly, I think I really do have a double die, and I just haven't noticed it yet, either in some of my capsuled coins or just the ones out of the bag. These are some of the nicest ones that he had. They are so clean. Like, how? How am I supposed to buy junkier coins when I see coins like this in the bin? Like that. These deserve to be in capsules. I tend to stay away from slab coins because I would rather buy what is cheaper. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. And I think, and this guy's a great salesman. And I always walk out of the store thinking this. I walk out of the store thinking, wow, he's a great salesman, because whenever I'm in there, I feel almost out of control. And that's not good. That is not good when you have the money in your hand. So it's like, I guess he just has so much variety that it confuses me. And I'm like, oh yeah, I want that, and oh, I definitely want that, so it makes you think that you're not making a bad purchase, when in reality, you're not making the purchase you really went there to make. And the way I really started buying from him was I would just message him on Google from his business, and I would be like, "Hey, what do you have in? I'm looking for this, or I'm looking for that." Like I would message him and be like, "Hey, I have this much money. I'm looking for some silver." And he would be like, "Okay, I got these silver bars right now." And he would sell me something based on what I was asking him. But when I go there in person, he seems to just like overwhelm me with quality, if you will. He'll pull out a seated dollar that I want. He'll pull out a bunch of half dollars. He'll be like, "Oh yeah, I had these here." And they're so good at taking all our money, I feel, at these stores. They are so good at taking all our money. And that's the thing, because like lately, I see that I should probably even out my stack a little bit with gold. I'm thinking that, but I also want to continue to buy some of the rare things that he has that comes through there. Like, for instance, oh man, he had these Engelhard bars. And man, I wanted one. I'm going to say a month ago. I wanted one so bad. And I passed on it. I passed on it. I've been doing a little bit of passing lately. I think it's good to not feel like you have to. And I've wanted an Engelhard bar for so long. And I just felt like it wasn't the right time. And I just passed. You know, I messaged him about it. He messaged me back about it. I wanted it so bad, I almost counted the money out right there to go and get it. But then I thought to myself, wow, I could probably just continue saving. I don't need it really. My stack's, nice the way it is. And I'd like for it to grow naturally, not with force. You are not wasting your money. Exactly. No, that's exactly. And I don't ever feel like I'm wasting my money with any of these things because and I don't think it's a true waste ever to buy any of these things. The Morgan dollars because of how cherished they are. I guess I can't go wrong. And that's the reason that I feel that way in his shop because I truly can't go wrong. Anything that I do get, I can turn around, make a video with, and that's why I love going down there because I just try to spread it out a little bit. The purchases, like I'll go down there and I'll have, okay, I want, all these buffaloes, or I want this or I want that. And I'll try to get that first. Man, these are clean. Silver is such an amazing metal. It really is. It's just so nice to look at. The sound. Ooh. That is just a great sound. Yeah, that one video where I showed everybody that you can actually test the sound of the metal just by putting it on the thumb is truly valuable. People don't know that. They think you have to buy a pocket pinger just to do this. It's such a beautiful sound. I think that there's a lot that we could definitely, wow. Just looking at the detail on his hair and everything, man, it's got me really wanting to create a coin. I was trying to draw a coin up a few months ago, and I sat there with a blank circle for at least a whole week and a half trying to start with my design. I didn't want to copy anything. I didn't want to copy our coins. I wanted to make an original design, and I was like looking at our coins and I'm like, okay, $quarter. The furthest that I probably could have gotten was the words on the outside, because like the design, it's something that I truly think is harder than most people think because you're sitting there trying to come up with something and it is not always as easy as you think. And that's what really blows me away with some of these newer coins. The designs are catching my eye. They're really looking good. And they're commemorating things in the past that are important. That's what coins are supposed to do. And that's what was hard for me to do, was to try to commemorate something. I wanted to make one with a tree. I was really liking the tree. Some sort of like tree going up. Trying to think about how I would make a design in the future. I was always wanting to pour my own silver. Like melt my own silver down and make my own design. But I just don't know where I would go. You can make a design for coins. I think this Scottsdale Mint or Sunshine Mint can do that for you. Oh, I know they probably can. Yeah. And most definitely, oh, those are just Scottsdale and the Sunshine. I really want to get some Sunshine rounds. They are just pure classic nostalgia for silver, the history of silver. They were behind some of the original rounds that went around and that everybody fell in love with the most. Scottsdale, too. I really want to get some of their older rounds. Man, I would love to get some of their older rounds and bars. Scottsdale has some really rough older bars that are just, I think they're cast. That's what it is. They're called casting. But yeah, they're just really rough. Basically pour it in, let it cool down and polish it and boom, you're done. That's the type of thing I'm thinking about doing in the future. I've been thinking about what other metals I can melt too. Like aluminum. I could get pretty creative and do a couple pretty big aluminum bars. Just getting, you know, I'd like to have a couple nice big aluminum bars sit on the table. I know people out there that probably get stuck with so much aluminum though, because that's all they melt. I watched a couple of YouTubers that literally upload their stacks of aluminum, and it's like an entire wall. They have the entire wall filled up with aluminum because of how many cans and such they melt. It's wild. I'm getting into recovering and refining precious metals with using acids. Yes, sir. I have been buying gold scrap filled plated from estate sales and I'm saving them up for when I get. That is awesome. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. Yeah, you definitely could use acids. That's crazy. I don't even know like the whole process. I mean, does it go from like, do you like clean it with acid prior and then like, refine it with heat and then boom, you got like really pure metal? Boy, that would be sick. That would be awesome. Because the one thing that you have to do when you're not working with acid, say you just heat up some crappy, say I go out, get this all dirty and then just try to melt it, then the dirt and the filth will be on the top, and the metal will be sifting below. So you can just sift the top, and that's what you would have to do if you had impurities. I would imagine. Yeah, I really want to get into it, and I think there's a couple really semi cheap machines online that do a pretty solid job. There's a couple induction. I believe they're induction, and they you just plug them straight in, and boom, a few minutes, you got yourself hot molten metal that you can dump into your own cast. I would like to imagine making a like buying like a surfer guy or something like that, a surfer guy, and then making my own box, filling it up with sand, and then just like making the pathways out so that the air can escape, and then just like putting each side of the surfer guy in the sand and then pouring that in that, I would have a silver. I would have a guy, surfing made out of silver. That could be my yeah, the induction smelter. Yep, that's what I'm seeing online. The easiest one to buy on Amazon and such. I was looking on there. Even the cheapest ones would probably work, but you go a little semi-expensive and you're probably going to be at least getting some be able to do a larger amount than the smaller ones that they'll sell for 100 or $200. Yeah, smelting, it just there's a lot of places out there that do it, and you're blessed. Some of these people out there don't realize that they're blessed with that knowledge from a younger age, and then there's people like us who are left to just kind of figure it out if we want to do it. I don't really know if I have too much use for a big smelter. You know, if I did, then I could make my own bars eventually. I'd love to make my own bars or make my own 2 ounce rounds and polish them down real nice and mark them with their purity, and that'd be cool. And then just kind of sell them cheap to the people of the channel so everybody could kind of, all the subscribers that want around from me could get one, because that's really what YouTubers do whenever they start a channel like this. They make their own round and sell it to the people that enjoy their content. And that's way long down the line. That's way long down the line. I plan on taking this channel most definitely somewhere. I mean, once I get past this hump of 500 and 1,000, yeah, I'm really truly growing. Going to be growing at a pretty nice rate, I would imagine. I've seen some of these channels like Salivate Metal and the Coin channel and everything. They're Salivate Sal's channel, it's definitely growing at a pretty rapid rate. He still is, you know, some of his videos are reaching larger audiences, and then most of his videos are at least he posts daily. So he gets like the most amount of views. That's the best thing about posting daily, I think, is that you get the most amount of views for your channel. Yeah, honestly, he's one of my favorites at this point. His personality is so great. And every time I hop in there in his chat, he just gets excited that I'm there, and I'm excited that I'm there, and we really just usually enjoy each other's company at this point, man. And at this point, I just enjoy the fact that he's cranking out push-ups for donations and such. Like, it's really, really, really awesome. Like, and every time he does that, it gets me all hyped up. And then I'm like, yo, Sal, if you're doing push-ups, you're over here doing a workout. I'm gonna go up and do pull-ups while the man is doing push-ups. People wouldn't know if I was actually doing pull-ups up while this man was doing push-ups, but I was. And then somebody donated like 20 or 30. I think it was 20 or 30. It might have been 30. I can't remember. And me and him cranked those out. And I'll tell you what, I was tired after that. That was like, wow. I just did 10, like 5, someone donated a couple dollars, and then someone gets 20, and you're all, and then I'm pretty sure the entire stream I did close to like 30 or 40 pull-ups, all for Sal's donations. It was just purely awesome. Purely awesome. Yeah, there's just a lot of people that I'm seemingly gravitating to, and Sal's channel is one of them. Sal's channel is one of them. I was watching Silver Slayer and Silver Seeker and everything, but I mean, the Coin Channel is putting out really a lot of the videos about the quarters that are worth a lot. He'll put and his channel gets people really really interested in coins. But it gets them interested in coins in like a different way. It basically makes them think that all of the coins that they're finding are worth a lot. So his channel is basically filled with comments of people saying, "Hey, I found this. What's it worth?" So this guy, his entire comment section is basically people asking him, "What is this coin worth? Is this worth a lot? Is it going to make me rich?" People are getting into the coin world in his channel and thinking that they can, get rich off of it. When in reality, it's not about getting rich. It's really just about stacking up so that you don't have to worry about getting rich off of one singular coin. While some coins are worth a lot, and I think that's great. Honestly, some coins are truly generally worth a lot, but the coins that he's putting up, that Coin Channel guy puts up on his, are generally hard to reach, hard to get, and he doesn't let people know that. He makes people think like, oh, you can go and search your change and find this, and then they go and find the coin that is closest to the one that he's talking about, and they think they have its $5,000 coin. It's wild. And there's a few channels that I see that do that. They get people very excited with thinking that they have very valuable coins, and that's not really my style. I like being more realistic. I just want to entertain while I can. If I got something, I want to make a video on it. I'm not gonna try to make a video on the same thing all the time, but I like to do different things. I like to bounce around topic to topic. I'll do, I'm thinking about doing. That's why I have these in the stream right now, because I was gonna make a video with these. I'm thinking about doing some research on the Buffalo round, and I'm thinking about, yeah, what's up, dude? What's up, yo? We're in your late night, man. We just chilling. We just talking silver. We just talking silver. I was just getting into how I'm thinking about researching the Buffalo round for tomorrow's video. I'm gonna make one for tomorrow. I'm thinking about I want to kind of learn a little bit about it. I want to learn about where these started, who really designed the Buffalo round and where it came from. I don't even know where this design came from. How many coins it's been on, how long it's been out. I'm just really fascinated. Painted Buffalo round. Yes, sir. There's so many out there. There's so many. What color is it? What's it painted? I wonder. I'm just asking. Yeah, man, we just in here chilling late night, man. It's like 2:30. Probably go to like 3:30. I don't know. I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling. They started with the Buffalo nickel design. Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. Oh man, that didn't click in my head when I said that. Usually when I ask a question, something like that will click in my head, like, oh, it's a Buffalo round or it's a Buffalo nickel. But yeah, it really came from the nickel. So they got the Buffalo, that guy. They got him. They got the Buffalo, and they ran with it. And I've seen a lot of iterations of the Ram and the Buffalo and stuff like that on the round. Man, I love these rounds. And for being, a generic round, it's still 999. You melt this down, it's pretty pure silver. That's the best thing about buying all these rounds, is that, there's really no worry about. I don't usually have a worry when buying from my local coin shop. Now, when I see a video going around about like, oh, what I saw 3 days ago really had me on Google for a minute. I was pretty amazed at this. Lead-filled Engelhard bars. I mean, could you imagine? You are like, you have this big Engelhard bar. It's massive. This thing is huge, 100 ounce. They're usually 100 ounce. And s- how these people figured out they had lead inside of their own silver bars, they had to just chop them down the middle. Literally, chop them right down the middle. I mean, and it's only happened a few times in the past. And it just makes me think, how often is it really silver being hollowed out and filled with lead or another cheap metal? I know there's been a lot of fakes. This one guy's channel, man, I swear half of it is him pointing out fakes. And I think it's really important to point out fakes. There's so many out there. Morgans, you know. I have this one, I can't find this one coin that I had. I'm trying to think of what it was. What was it? It was a Silver Eagle, a 2002 Silver Eagle that somebody gave to me. And I should have known when I saw the Merrick Mint that something was up with it. But I, you know, I wanted it was my first Silver Eagle. And honestly, I should have kept it the way that it was. But I tried to chip the paint away. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm chipping this paint away. I don't want this paint on this coin, so I'm chipping it away. And I actually hand chipped, ruined the coin, basically, and polished it. I tried to polish it back. And it was pretty much the worst mistake of my life. And I would never do this to another coin, honestly. I don't even know why I did it to this coin. It really it didn't ding the way that these do. It didn't make the sound that these do. And it felt off. It really felt off in a way that honestly I truly can't even describe to you without even just sitting here tapping it. If I had it right now, I would show you guys the sound. I think I made one video on it saying talking about how fake silver is possible because I truly had something right there that whenever I flipped it, it just did not make the sound that I was expecting, you know? So that really led me down the path to checking all my coins. And yeah, I really do believe that, you will make mistakes and learn from them. And it's just kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing how it happens to everybody, but it doesn't happen all the time. That's a good thing, right? You know, it can happen, but it just don't have it happen all the time. Imagine every time you went to spend your money, you had something negative happen like that. Oh, that would just be terrible. And I'm sure some people out there are having bad luck seemingly over and over with silver. Regardless, there are people out there that are thinking that it's a good idea to only buy silver from Amazon right now. And I know when I first started buying silver, I really was looking on Amazon all day long. I was amazed at the quality and basically the variety of everybody on Amazon. I was amazed at all the sellers on Amazon and how much stuff was on there. But you don't realize the premiums you're currently paying on Amazon for silver or other coins until you go to a place like JM Bullion or Money Metals or any of those sites, and you'll notice, oh my goodness, the price is $20 less. Like, what? I just bought 20 of those coins and I paid $20 over on all 20? Like, wow. People are actually going through that on a daily basis right now because they find it on Amazon and they just click buy. I coin roll hunt a box of half dollars every Saturday. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. See, you've been doing that for every Saturday for the last 6 years. I've pulled over 600. That is amazing. Imagine how many people that is truly amazing. I mean, that good great job continuously keeping that up because half dollars are something that most people seemingly have forgotten about in a weird way. I mean, when you go out in public and you spend one, somebody is almost going to purchase it out of the register every time. I just did it 2 days ago. I went to a store and it was 50 cents on the dot. So I had a $half with me ready for it. And as soon as I gave it to them, they said, "Oh, this lady that works here is going to love this." And they had a coin lady at their workplace. I think there's a coin person at all these places that have a lot of change and money passing through, and they are looking for like older bills all the time and $half. It's fascinating because that's how much certain people are into it. They are really willing to, like, say a whole roll comes through their work. They're willing to, cash in their money that they have from their paycheck just to get that out of the register. And I don't blame them because, if you're truly, you know, say, oh my goodness, say you're sitting at a bank, right? And you're the teller. And note, all tellers are allowed to do it. They are allowed to circulate their money into the register as long as they are even. So, say you're a teller and all this silver comes in. Now I'm cashing that out. I may not even tell anybody. I'm just gonna just make my register even, and that's my silver. You know, and that's terrible to even, like. It's like, it's not. It feels like greedy, but like, I know people have done that in the past where they basically get the biggest silver haul ever from the bank. I mean, I know. I was reading a comment from this one guy. He said that he basically went to the he went to the bank and they had well over $1,000 of silver and in the coins, and they actually split it up in four ways, and he still made out so good. That's the crazy part nowadays. Whenever things like that happen, it truly gets split up between like three or four people. I don't even know. Maybe that luck still happens where, the teller doesn't know, oh yeah, I'm giving away all this money. But in certain situations they do know, and it is awkward whenever you're trying to be the one to get silver from the bank without, hiding the big smile on your face. Just go to the bank and feel like, yeah, I'm not happy about this at all, but I'm so happy about it. That's crazy. But that's almost what you got to do, because if you let these people know, they're going to be like, why does he want this so bad? You know? That's how they feel when I go there, that's for sure. Why is he giving me, all this money for these brand new $2 bills? I didn't even know those $2 bills that I got like a couple months back were sequential. I got these beautiful uncirculated $2 bills and I'm holding on to them forever, I think. I mean, I'm never going to spend them. It's hard for me to spend them. I would like to get some $2 bills from the bank just to spend, just to keep them in circulation. I think it's our duty to keep certain denominations in circulation, It sure feels that way, at least. Because right now, I mean, right now, you spend a $2 bill, you're almost getting the weird looks. They're almost gonna think it's fake. Some people, and then there's gonna be some people that are knowledgeable like us and at least realize, oh, everything's not 1, 2, 5, 10, and 20. Yeah, it's fascinating what you can actually spend as currency, but you shouldn't. Could you imagine though, some literally how it would feel to just unload some old coins into circulation just for fun? I mean, not just completely forgetting about all their worth and value, and just going crazy with a bunch of weird coins, showing up with like, zinc 1943 and just a bunch of coins from the 40s and the 30s and the all this old currency. Imagine having something from the 1800s and just walking in desperately trying to spend it. I mean, I can't imagine what that would be like. I'm going up. We're going to read these. Found a 1942 Walk in Liberty from the Coinstar. Oh my goodness, that is a find. That is a find and a half. My goodness. How does the Coinstar have a Walk in Liberty that someone forgot to take? Oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you one thing, bro. You were destined to get that Walk in Liberty, because if somebody forgets a Walk in Liberty, I mean, they either are praying somebody finds it there, or you deserve to find it. You know what I mean? Dude, I ever see a walking Liberty out in public, I swear I'm gonna be through the moon. Probably. Through the moon. If I get one back and change, you know what's even crazy? I don't even know if they'd be just able to hand you a walking Liberty back and change without questioning what they're doing. You know? Like like a cashier, if they reach in there and see that thing, they're gonna go for the everything else but that. You know, they see that in there, they're gonna be like, oh my goodness, 1942, what is that? They're gonna just like, nope, back in there. I would like to think though that, people would actually give it out. I'd like to think, but it's so odd and so rare and so old that older coins I'd like to, I'd pray would be able to make it out of the register. If I was the cashier, I'll tell you that much, it'd be hard for me to pass a 1942 out in change. That'd be 100%. The coin community did that 2 years ago, trying to promote coin collecting. I found 43 Indian head cents in a box. That is awesome. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's a great idea, and I honestly think that there is a way to do it, like with half dollars and $2 bills, where it doesn't break your historical bank. You know what I mean? Blowing people's minds. Because just imagine, like, pulling up with like a bag of barbers and spending them at like a whole different lot of stores. I just think it would just blow a lot of people's minds that day. They'd see it in there and they'd be like, yo, what's this? And then one cashier would be showing the other cashier, and then the manager's looking, and it's just interesting. V nickels too. I honestly do think that V nickels could pass almost, because they're so worn that if they are in there, they're gonna damn near slip through. I'd say. That's crazy. Can you imagine getting a V nickel back and change? I look every day I get change hoping something slips back through that's rare, or a variety. I'm very surprised at how little silver is in the coinage nowadays. You say you pulled a bunch of halves out, but that's going through boxes every Saturday too. Um, I really do wonder if how much silver is truly left in the coinage. And you know what also my question with that is how many, I'm trying to think, dimes do you guys think are out there? 1964s, because a lot of older people can't see the numbers, and the 1964s, Jeffersons, they look just like, or no, yeah, well, no, Jefferson nickel. No, the 1964, what's his name? Why can't I think of it now? But yeah, you guys know. Um, I'm trying to think. I really do think that the dimes are really holding a lot of silver gems out there. And lately I've been thinking about going up to my bank and just, cashing in on a lot of dimes just to try to find more silver. I'm thinking about that too. Yep, that's what I'm thinking about. They really are out there. And you see, I go through a lot of quarters, so I'm always going through a lot of quarters and nickels. I find a lot of 1964 nickels. I really love finding those. But I really do think dimes are holding a lot of grails out there, because people don't hunt dimes as much, you know? People hunt half dollars and quarters and nickels, and it's very rarely nickels even. It's mostly quarters and half dollars and pennies. People actually hunt pennies. I really want to go and just get a bunch of dimes. That's what I'm going to do. I just sparked an idea in my head. I'm going to write it down too, so I'd at least remember it. I'm going to write it on this. I'm going to write it. Where can I write it at? I need to write it on something, because that's a great idea. That is a great idea. Get a bunch of dimes. Get a bunch of dimes. And then like every 3 to 5 videos, I can make an update on how. And basically, what I'll do is I'll just go through a bunch. I'll just start going through rolls and rolls and rolls, and I'll make video. I'll make like I'll pause every time I get a good variety or a really beautiful coin, and then I'll be starting to find silver, and that'll truly, truly be a great video. I think. Looking for silver. Silver for face value is the goal. And I know that half dollars, man, can you imagine how good it would have felt to be um alive and in your teens or early 20s, right back when I'd say maybe the 80s or the 70s. Can you imagine the stuff that we would still be seeing in the money? Stuff from the 40s popping up, 50s, 30s, 20s still probably. I mean, I could do some real damage as a collector if you just send me back with a time machine right now. I'm telling you. Seriously. Because there was so many good things back in the day. I almost catch myself wishing that I could have told my dad before I was born, yo, please start saving coins. Just whisper it in his head or something like that. Like, or just like whisper it, while I was at my mom or something like, yo, tell dad right now, start saving coins while I'm in you so we can at least get this collection started. Because it's just wild. Like, it's truly just wild. Like, this, the coins that existed back in that day and the bills. And I'll tell you guys, in the early 2000s, I do remember seeing old money much more prevalent. Much more prevalent. Yeah, see? Imagine if you were able to just go and tell your grandparents, and my pap, see, he really likes Lincolns. So my pap, he liked wheat cents, so that's what he collected. And I love pennies too. Don't get me wrong, but these are the type of pennies that I've been saving lately, like early 2000s. It's 2005. Let's see what this one is. 1991. Oh yeah. And I'll throw them in capsules, and I'm one day going to have thousands of these pennies that are just absolutely gorgeous. Some of them a little marked up. I throw them in there however they are. I think that's a little burn mark or something. My pap is into Lincolns, so it was hard for him to save, but he did try to save everything that he ever got. He saved everything that he could. And I've noticed that. He does have some really cool things. My pap has some stuff from I think the war. We had somebody in our family that was over in World War II and even got a chunk of Hitler's chimney. Can you guys imagine? I was at my pap's one day, and this man comes out and says, hey, look at this. Read this letter. And then he shows me a chunk of this chimney. And can you imagine that? You guys are over there. You're so young and you're in this war and you're trying to get a relic out of Hitler's house. You know what I mean? Just to bring back. I just can't imagine. So they probably took the butt of the gun or whatever and just hit Hitler's fireplace and brought it back. And I was sitting there looking at this piece of Hitler's fireplace like 2 months ago, I think. And I was on Google trying to find which house it came from. I was really, really interested in trying to figure out what chimney it came from. And for you couple of you that just joined, we were talking about how somebody in my family was in Hitler's house and probably took the butt of a gun and whatever they could and beat it off just because that was the only thing you could take. Everything else was ransacked. One cool coin that was an error planchet that I wish I could have gotten was the 1970 S-proof quarter struck on a gold. Oh my goodness. Struck on a gold planchet from 1878. Could you imagine having that? Someone out there has that? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a new one for me. I have never seen that. I mean, but I am amazed by that. I'm still looking at what you just typed there, even just blown away. 1970S on an 1878 planchette. How the hell does that happen? See you, homie. Thanks for stopping in, bro. I appreciate that. I really can't imagine how that happened, Craig. I truly can't imagine. I really can't imagine how that happens. Could you imagine the look on their faces when that popped out? When that popped out and they saw a 1970S on a planchette from 1878. I gotta look this up whenever I get off of here. That's like one of the most amazing things I've heard. I didn't know that mistakes like that could even happen. My grandmother's brother had lots of old coins in cash in a giant 5-gallon mayo jar and left it to my brothers to split up. And that was 1992. That is awesome, dude. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's the type of thing that I want to do for somebody one day. Because I truly feel like that is something in life that, oh man, anybody could look forward to that. But really, somebody like me and you who truly enjoys this stuff, oh my goodness, that's heaven. That's heaven. Going through an entire big thing of just relics. You know what I mean? Pure relics. Just a time machine. He was tossing those coins into a time machine for y'all. I would love to do that for somebody. Somebody younger one day. I'll be this old guy. You know, I'll find somebody who truly enjoys the stuff that I've put away. And I'm going to truly get a lot of enjoyment out of it because I'm young now, so I'm 28, so and I'm still we're going to still build this collection as many years as we possibly can, you know. It never stops growing, so that's the one thing about it. It's the best feeling in the world. Continuously building something up. Never getting rid of it, only to have it one day to completely rely on. I think that's amazing. I mean, that's the goal, right? To truly just live and just put stuff away that you would, you know, be able to one day, supply yourself with at least some payments and stuff like that, I would imagine. I would love to have so much that one day I could truly just get rid of things and not really even miss it, you know? That'd be the plan. And I don't even think that's not like a greedy thing because really, I think everybody should try to do it. I think everybody does it in their own way or realizes that they need to do it at one point of this lifetime, you know, while you're just living, while everything's comfortable, you know, let's try to save. Let's try to save a little bit. You know, let's build this stack, you know, one little brick at a time. And then once you're staring at a house full of bricks, you wonder, wow, how did I get all that? Yeah. When in reality, it's just patience and coordinated efforts to basically be better at saving. I mean, when I was younger, I never had any ability to save my money, ever. And nowadays, it seems like I've picked up that trait. I've loved that trait for at least the last 2 or 3 years. But when I was younger, I would just spend all my money. I was going out partying with my friends, drinking, just having fun, you know. But now I truly realize that, you know, staying in and minding your business and being nice to your neighbors is like the best way to live life. And I can truly sit here all night and all day quietly enjoying my coins and making YouTube videos forever. And as the years go on, it's going to build up to be something like Sal's, where Salivates, he basically has more than he can fathom, you know? He's garnered it over the last however many years of comfortably living. And now he can know that whenever, you know, stuff gets tough in the end of his life, it's not going to be as tough because of his stack. And I like to think that that's really what most people realize, is that they are truly stacking for the end game. The movie where Johnny Depp was a vampire named Barnabas. had amassed a family of fortune with silver and gold dinnerware and jewelry was what got me into buying scrap. That is awesome. He's such a great actor. He can really, really get you into a movie too. Love the Pirates of the Caribbean. My phone's at 5% right now. I have to get off before it dies or it won't let me save this live stream. Oh wait, no, it will let me save it, but it will cut it black at the end and there won't be me saying goodbye to anybody. That I wish that I knew what exactly got me into. I think I can tell you it was that 50 state quarter map. It was definitely the 50 state quarters that came out, and my mom got me it, and I always look forward to putting the quarters in there when I got them. And that was the first time I ever collected anything quarter wise. And I was very young. And just recently in my life, I would say when I was about 27 or 6, I just realized the importance of finding relics while I can with my money. And you're right, getting rid of this paper that literally everybody looks at like it could be pissed on and burned away, and buying something that they are truly not even familiar with at all. And that is what I think is the key. If you have this, they're completely unfamiliar with it. This, they will piss and burn away. So this is what we should buy. I'm going to summarize this nice live stream up. I really appreciate everything, everyone, all 2, 3 people. Craig, the other, I couldn't pronounce his name. I need to get the name of that person, so because I can't, like, yeah, the name wasn't, like, I wasn't able to pronounce it. But yeah, I used to party and go out to clubs a lot, chasing women and clout, being a bad boy. That was one of my biggest life's regrets. Had I never done that, just imagine. That's what I'm saying. There's so many negatives and so many things that we learn later on in life. I think that is the best thing about life. I caught my younger self saying that I never wanted to be an old man whenever I was younger, but now I can actually see myself being a wise old man. So it's crazy, when my younger self couldn't even see that it was going to happen. But my this self right now realizes, oh, I might actually outlive the people around me. It's you just never know. I like to say that nobody knows how their clock is ticking. Got you subbed. Catch you next time. Yo, you're still here, bro. I wanted to know your name. Mally Man. Mally Man. That's what it was. I was having a hard time pronouncing your name, bro. I need a name. I need a name so that I can start to get to know certain people. Mally Man. I could always pronounce it like that. Mike. What's up, Mike? I'm gonna try to remember your name, bro. Yeah. Catch you next time, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming regularly, just randomly. If you ever see me on, don't be afraid to stop in and say what's up, you guys. My phone's gonna die. I will see all of you guys soon. I am planning on streaming.